Hi guys. Today we're going to talk about dividing decimal dividends by base 10 values. And you're going to see it's basically the same thing as dividing decimal values by regular numbers, except for we're going to come up with a little trick for if our divisor is a base 10 value. So like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. Okay, so we're going to look at an example problem, 9,732 and 8/10 divided by 20. So to start off, when I look at this problem, I'm not going to do 9,732 and 8/10 divided by 20. Because when I see this divided by 20 here, I know right away that this is, if I factor this, this is a 10 times 2. So if I think about this problem, instead of doing 9,732 and 8/10 divided by 20, what I could do is 9,732 and 8/10 divided by 10 divided by 2. If I divide by 10 and then divide by 2, my quotient is going to be the same as if I just divided by 20. And the reason why I'm going to do this is you're going to see it's easier if my divisor is a single digit number than if it's a multi-digit number. So, and if I manipulate, again, if by manipulating both numbers, which we're going to see, we end up with the same quotient. So first I'm going to divide by 10. So remember, when we're dividing by 10, so I'm just going to do this part right here. When we divide a number by 10, all we have to do is move the decimal place one spot to the left. That's the nice thing about being in a base 10 number system. All of the place values are 10 times that of the previous one. So if I move the decimal point one space to the left, I'm dividing it by 10. So my new problem is going to be 973 and 28/100 divided by 2. Which, when I look at this is a much more simple problem for me to do the long division on because I only have a single digit divisor. It's really the same problem. I just manipulated it a little bit to make it easier for me to find the quotient. Okay, so you see I'm going to scroll a little bit, and then I'm going to do long division down here. So I have 973.28 or 28/100 divided by 2. Okay, so remember, long division is a process of divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. And my division is going to be the process of asking myself, how many times does 2 go into, and then breaking these numbers down. So how many times does 2 go into 9? Well, 2 goes into 9 4 times. So I divided. Now I multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. I subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. I bring down the 7. And then I just repeat the process. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down until I'm all done. So how many times does 2 go into 17? That's 8 times. 2 times 8 is 16. And I subtract. 17 minus 16 is 1. Bring down the 3. And I keep going. How many times does 2 go into 13? 6 times. 2 times 6 is 12. I subtract. 13 minus 12 is 1. And then I bring down the 2. Okay, now you're going to notice I got to my decimal point in my dividend. Well, the nice thing, and you learned this in the previous video about division with decimals in only the dividend, the decimal point is just going to be in the same spot in your quotient. So I just put the decimal point and just carry on as normal. So how many times does 2 go into 12? 6 times. 2 times 6 is 12. I subtract and bring down the 8. And how many times does 2 go into 8? 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. I subtract, and I get nothing remaining. So my final answer, and this is going to be the answer to both problems, for 9,732 and 8/10 divided by 20 is 486 and 64/100, or 486.64. So we can divide by base 10 values by splitting those up and dividing by 10 and then dividing by the other number.